Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. I know it's been a couple weeks, but we've got an exciting interview coming. We're going to be going over a Taxmaster update with Scott here, talking about their kind of oversubscribed list. But first things first, Scott, how's your day going?
It's going great. How about you, Jason?
Yeah, good, good. Getting towards the end of summer. I know we were chatting off camera. I can't believe how fast summer really is going. But no, let's hop into things. Do you want to maybe just before we hop into the big details of kind of press release you guys had last week? Do you want to talk about the Taskmaster Network at all and kind of what goes into the oversubscribing your first class of tax operating system users?
Taxmaster Network, as we've talked about in the past, has some really innovative SaaS-based offerings for CPAs and tax preparers that allows them to do really sophisticated tax planning for their clients, not just tax preparation. And what I mean by that is, tax preparation, which is what most CPAs do, is backwards looking. It's history. Tax planning is forward looking. It's what are the things that I can put in place? What are the things that I can do to save a lot of money? And the SaaS-based technology that Taxmaster Network has, that was invented by Ed Lyon, it's an AI-driven, rules-driven engine that will analyze a business owner's situation and come back to them with tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of dollars of tax savings. And it's not just once; it's every year. And we have a really healthy membership of CPAs and tax preparers that subscribe to TMN and Taxmaster Network, TMN, and really love the offering. But there was something missing. And what was missing was the tax operating system, which goes on top of the SaaS-based offering. And what I mean by that is, let's say I'm a CPA and I develop a tax plan for somebody. And it requires a lot of steps across a lot of different strategies. That takes a lot of time. But what we've done is we've actually automated that all through technology. So we've automated that entire process of all the different steps across all the different strategies to save that CPA's client money. So what it does is it ends up, over the course of a month, a year, it saves dozens to hundreds of hours for that CPA. And it also holds the client and the CPA accountable to make sure that the strategies get implemented. And as I'm sure you know, Jason, a plan without action is worthless. So we've created an automated way to save the CPA time, create accountability, and make sure that the action takes place. So it's pretty exciting. Just a beta, right? We said, okay, look, we're going to subscribe 25 people into this beta test program and see if they want to, use it. And it was astonishing. We not only got the 25 people out of our membership group that wanted to pay extra money to be part of this new program, but we got a waiting list. We got a waiting list that's getting longer and longer every single day. So it's pretty exciting, and it's proof positive that we're moving in the right direction.
Yeah, you guys are on the right track. And I think the nice tidbit that you hear that you're always saying is, there's preparing, which is, just your simple CPA. Obviously, hey, it's history. You already did your full year. Now we're just making sure that you pay your correct amount of taxes. Whereas, like you said, planning is about kind of saving you money, and the planning is where there's significant amounts of work. And obviously, using your guys' system, everyone's able to come up with a plan and really save money, which is great. I know you had stories in the past of people saving hundreds of thousands of dollars, which is great. But back to this kind of subscribe list. Do you want to talk about maybe for people that are listening, might have questions about, hey, what are some of the features that are changing that a CPA really cares about, maybe in a little bit more detail, or no?
What a CPA really cares about is, one, they want to do a really good job for their clients, and two, they care about their bottom line, right? I mean, if you spend a lot of time doing things that are $10, $20, $30, $40 an hour work, that's an underutilization of their time, right? So what we've done is we just automated all that. When I look at what we built through Taxmaster, and when I look at the tax operating system that automates all of the tax savings for the CPA to implement it for their clients, there's 650,000 CPAs in the United States. I can't see how any one of them wouldn't want to use this opportunity to increase the revenue in their practice and better the life of the clients that they serve.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I think you touched on a lot of great points. So back to the oversubscribed list and what that means to financial gravity. You mentioned the fact that this really means we're onto something. People are interested. Do you want to maybe take that another level further? Is there anything else you want to say of kind of what this means for Taxmaster Network as well as financial gravity?
What it really means, we have an avenue to go out and attract the membership, the 650,000 CPAs in the country. We have an avenue to go out and attract them and bring them into our membership. Bring them into membership does a couple things. Number one, the members, depending on the level of service, pay us a membership fee every single month of somewhere between $100 and $2,000. So it's a reoccurring revenue that comes in every single month. But above and beyond that, when you look at the average CPA in this country, they're watching their business get commoditized and digitized by the big software companies. My 17-year-old, he came to me, this was about a year and a half ago, and said, "Dad, I need to do my taxes. What should I do?" And I said, well, when I file mine, I'm going to file an extension. Right? When I file mine in several months from now, I'll give it to my CPA and he'll do it. Well, he came back to me 10 minutes later and he said, "Yeah, I already did it. I took a picture with an app on my phone and it filled out everything and auto-filed it for me." It's crazy. I mean, it's crazy, the advances in technology. And you can look everywhere, right? I mean, in my lifetime, when I was a kid, I used to play pinball games because video games hadn't been invented yet. I used to listen to cassette tapes because music hadn't been put up online yet. I used to have to, when I was out and I needed to make a phone call, use a payphone. And there were a lot of companies that made a ton of money creating and selling payphones. But the industries that I've just talked about have gone away because of the use of technology. And I think that there's that same pressure on the tax community right now because of the ease of use of filing a tax return, like I just mentioned with my 17-year-old. But this is really the important part here, is that CPAs have a hidden asset. And that hidden asset is they have a client base. And that client base can be leveraged and better the situation for the CPA and better the situation for the client. And we can do that in three ways, right? We can create this tax planning business for them so they can be proactive tax planners, which they can get paid to do, and the client benefits greatly. We can also help them because of the other companies that Financial Gravity owns. We can help them manage money for their clients, and we can help them do insurance business for their clients because we own Empath Advisor Resources. So we really have a full scope, a full offering for these CPAs to create multiple new revenue streams across their entire client base. It's a huge, huge benefit.
Yeah, and I'll bring it full circle. Even just me hearing it, you talk about technology. I mean, the computers that they use to land on the moon, your iPhone or your phone has more computing power than what they had back then, which is crazy to me. But when you think about kind of, the financial industry, banking, if anyone's even walked into a bank and seen the systems that they use, a lot of it is extremely outdated. It's the same thing with tax and all that. It's only very recently that you can take a photo of your check and send it into your bank. That's only a couple years old. So it's incredible the financial gravity kind of technology you guys are bringing and the improvements that these people are going to have in front of them. And because there's a huge opportunity, that world to me is the most kind of outdated tech wise industry out there.
Yeah, Jason, as you know, we have a handful of companies. They're all in the financial services industry, but we've intertwined every single one of those companies with innovative and proprietary technology that helps drive the success of those businesses. It helps differentiate those businesses in the marketplace.
Well, cool. I think this was a great video. I don't know how deep we want to get. Is there anything you feel like we left out that you want to mention?
I think that most important piece is that we've created solutions that are a blue ocean strategy, right? And nobody else is doing this. And because nobody else is doing this, we have a comparative and a competitive advantage. We're going to go to market in a very, very serious way and hopefully create a very, very large membership group across the 650,000 CPAs and tax preparers in the country.
No. No, and you guys, to me, there's not anyone else doing it like you guys. I mean, you're talking to these advisors. We've chatted about the feedback you guys are getting, and it seems like you guys are well and beyond kind of the best out there, which is fantastic. We've mentioned before, I want to mention it again. I mean, Scott, you've done this before, with your own company before Financial Gravity, and, now you're doing it again. Just kind of want to throw that for people that, might just be recent listeners, but, Scott comes from a pretty crazy background, starting his own company up in the worst time ever, in kind of 2007, 2008. So again, congratulations on that. But I think this was a great video. I think this will be good. People can really get a taste for, the fact that Taxmaster Network is on the right path and how much the oversubscribing of people wanting to use it really shows that you guys are on to the next big thing.
Great. Well, thank you, Jason.